Two Bowls in a China Shop is brought to you by these great companies that are giving us money to let you listen to their stuff.
Bullshit, Kyle. We make this show. You and me. Two Bulls in a China Shop is brought to you by us.
Someone's got to pay the bills, Dan, because it's not our trading.
All right, roll them.
When Shopify says you can sell anywhere, oh, they mean it. Woo, hold up. Just got a new sale. Order fulfilled and shipped. Inventory level's good. Whoa, Shopify doesn't mind if you're at sea level or on top of the world. You can run and grow your business anywhere. Climbing mountains is never easy, but at least Shopify gives me all the tools I need for my business to hit new peaks.
Whether you're selling carabiners or crop tops, start selling with Shopify today and join the platform simplifying commerce for millions of businesses worldwide. We've built the platform so you can keep climbing and grow your business to new heights.
With Shopify, you really can sell to anyone, from anywhere.
This is Possibility, powered by Shopify. Start selling online today. Sign up for a free trial at shopify.com/free22. 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 Internet connection required. Not available on mountaintops or seafloors.
92% of households that start the year with Peloton are still active a year later.
All because of a fancy bike?
It's not just a bike. Peloton makes treadmills too.
All treadmills are the same.
Our treadmills can adjust speed and incline automatically, so you never break your stride. Whether you're squeezing in a power walk or training for a marathon, Peloton can help you achieve your fitness goals. 92% stick with it. So can you. Try the Peloton Tread risk-free with a 30-day home trial. New members only. Not available in remote locations. See additional terms at onepeloton.com/home-trial.
You are listening to an entertainment program put together by a company called Financial Ineptitude. Anything said on this show is not an endorsement or professional advice. Would you really want to tell a court of law you were suing us because you thought taking financial advice from two idiots on a podcast put out by Financial Ineptitude was a good idea? Really? Clown hat smiley face.
Hello and welcome to the China Shop. I'm Shopkeeper Dan. With me is Kyle, creator of financialineptitude.com. Kyle, how are things in your neck of the woods these days?
Well, it's a new neck of the woods. You weren't the only one who did a move.
Yes.
It's been nice and kind of shitty at the same time. I don't know about your move, but as soon as we took over this house, we had immediate sewage backup and had to spend about almost 10 grand getting the main line ripped out up to the street and replaced.
Well, I mean, I always assumed you were full of shit, but no, the proof is out there for everybody. That's awful. No, I did a step up in the world. Now I've got, indoor plumbing and a kitchen.
Where were you living before?
I was living back in that bedroom at the ranch, next to the chicken coop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're in Vegas too now, right?
Yeah, technically Henderson, but yeah, I'm in the land of poker and gambling. There are no lottery tickets, but there are slot machines at every gas station. That's very weird for me.
Wait, there's no lottery?
Yeah, no scratchers, no state lotto, no lottery tickets whatsoever. Instead, every convenience store has slot machines and video poker.
Huh.
Yeah.
I don't know why. That seems bizarre.
Yeah, grocery stores have them too.
Are people using them frequently? Like, who's going to the gas station and being like, I have to feel like sitting down here for the next 20 minutes and gambling my paycheck?
The same people who were doing that with the scratcher lottos that I used to see, like buying $30 and then like sitting out in their car and scratching them. Those are now in Vegas. Those are the people that are like, I got 20 minutes to kill. I'll do the slots. I don't know. I've seen it though. That was my thought, was like, who's going to be using that? But I've seen it enough times. Like, oh, wow.
The gas station by the house I used to live at was putting slot machines in. I'm thinking the same thing. Like they're putting like a room in there. Like, what people are going to, it doesn't take that long to fill up, like maybe when we go to EVs and it takes, 20 minutes to charge your car, it makes sense.
Yeah. Anyway, come on in the shop with us today, folks. Sit back, relax, rage against that hedge machine. We'd like to welcome any new listeners just joining us. We're here smashing our way through a complete set of fine china, sharing those ever-growing strategies for maximizing gains and cutting losses. If you are new to the shop and stock trading in general, you can always check out one of our many knowledge and resource centers on financialineptitude.com. Let me rephrase that. You can always check out our knowledge and resource centers on financialineptitude.com or give one of our many beginning trading episodes a listen. We'll have all those links in the episode description. But the best place to be is come join us over on the Discord server. Tons of great people on there every day. It's just a really awesome place to be. Totally free. No paid tiers or special access areas because fuck that shite. So join Discord. And when you do, go ahead and send Kyle a private message. Slide on into his DMs with your mailing address.
Don't bring that back.
So we can send you some smash it yourself swag straight from the shop. Okay, no duck pics.
Yes, no ducks.
No ducks. No ducks in the shop.
Please.
We're just glad you're here. It's a lot of fun. It's always better with friends. Kyle, do we have any show news to report?
Let's see. We have an episode with Eric Smolinski. We're doing a roundtable that we're recording on Sunday with one of our Discord members and one of his. So that will either get released on the 23rd Monday or the week after that, depending on if the guest I hopefully have lined up for Saturday shows up or not.
Depending on how much time I got.
Let's see. After that, we've got Brian Moran from FLX and Jonathan Brown after that from River North. He's the senior investment analyst over there. And then we'll be building out the rest of that guest schedule as we people finally get back from vacations after the new year. It's been kind of get an episode recorded, immediately edit it, and release it for the last 2 weeks. I'm looking forward to getting some in the bank.
Yeah.
Everybody just took off for 2 weeks. At the end of December. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, it's weird, and you know what? It happens every year.
Yeah,
every fucking year.
Every year.
It's crazy. There wasn't so much of a Santa Claus rally this year. I noticed.
No, not really. But apparently that's a myth. Somebody was sharing us some details of some back testing he actually did on that, and like the numbers were not as strong as it looked, as the media makes it sound.
Just a good story.
Yeah, exactly. What about you?
Yeah, I got a little bit of show news. I'm setting up a new solo man podcast / YouTube channel for myself. Just some wild storytelling. It's called Conspiracy Histories. I'm going through history and the conspiracies that you've probably never heard of before. Guaranteed you haven't heard these conspiracies before.
Oh, really? Like what?
Yeah. Our inaugural episode that I've got almost completely edited. I don't know if you're aware of it, but the way it was told to me is the eruption of Mount Vesuvius that buried Pompeii may have been a man-made event. That's
really?
The way it was told to me. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Might have involved alchemy. I'm just saying. That's how it was told to me. That's how it was told to me. Yeah.
All right. That should be fun.
Yeah. It's a good time will be had by all.
When you get links for that, make sure you share that with us.
Oh, I look forward to it. Absolutely.
So then going forward, because you have those other projects going, we're just going to continue doing the Friday recordings like we had been, and I'll just handle the guest episodes then.
Yeah, sounds fantastic.
All right, let's do it, man. You want to talk about some actual real stuff?
Speaking of, we've got a fragile, fragrant, frantic episode for you today. Lots of market-moving news, plenty of stocks on the radar, and more options than people who just got laid off from a tech company.
Oh, that's a lot of them.
That's a lot of people. Apologies if any of you listeners out there just got laid off. Ouch. Tens of thousands. I keep waking up to a new news article every day.
Yeah, there's like 1,000 here, 10,000 there. Yeah, we'll be talking about at least one of those here in a little bit.
And a bloodbath.
Yeah.
And reach out to us. We do love your messages and comments on Twitter and Facebook, on our Discord. We got the link to that Discord in the episode description. If you're old school, you can send us an email to 2bulls@financialineptitude.com. That's the number 2. Maybe you got a hot stock tip. Maybe you want to tell us about a great trade you just made. Or maybe you're just trying to visit your teetotaling aunt and uncle, and somehow you wind up in a rural street gang headed out to murder the current top dog in the area.
Oh, is that Gangs in New York?
That is a little known film. What? Oh shit! What? How?
Oh, you.
That's a little known film called Wizard of Oz.
Oh, you got me.
Yeah. I thought the rural gang would would help you out. But
If you said that they were vertically challenged, then maybe I would have got it.
Oh, all right. All right. Before we start talking about the news here, I'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors and friends at Manscaped, Trade Pro Academy, and Order Flow Labs. Manscaped is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming with precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. And with the holidays just over, now's the perfect time to take advantage of our exclusive offer, 20% off and free worldwide shipping. Just use the promo code 2BULLS at manscaped.com. That's the number 2, BULLS, as always. And when it comes to institutional quality trading education, take a look at the fellows over at tradeproacademy.com. In our free Discord server, you can find instructions to take advantage of our discount with them as well. And for all of you degenerates out there who enjoy trading futures, you'll definitely want to check out the custom tools and studies over at orderflowlabs.com.
Damn it, I feel like you read that better than I do. Also, I forgot to update to tick the holidays out.
That's okay. I did that in real time.
I know you did it on the fly. It was beautiful.
So that's why I get paid the big bucks, Kyle.
Right. Wait, you get paid? Should we hear a song? Because it's been a while.
Dow drops deep on moving inflation, COVID frustration, war damnation. We're just bringing you the fucking news. You gotta recognize the game if you don't wanna lose. We're just two bulls trading information.
Yeah, we are.
Rioters raiding, insider trading, taxes are raising, bills on the hill. We got a crypto mill. No, they ain't growing weed. When the Fed speaks today, it's some shit we don't need.
Sing it, Dan.
Two bulls trading information.
What?
Two bulls trading information.
I'm inclined to agree.
Two bulls trading information.
That is accurate.
I just love
Very
how
accurate.
confused you sound there.
What information?
What?
What? Yeah. No, I wasn't even acting. You can believe that. All right, we had quite a bit of Fed speakers this week, but the most recent one happened on Friday. It was Waller jumping on the mic, and it looked like he was the one who was kind of spurring this most recent bullish push, I guess we could call it, right? Maybe a frenzied short covering could be another way of putting it.
Only time will tell.
He jumped on. He said that he is also favoring a 25 bip rate hike at the next monetary policy meeting, which is taking place in is that next week? No, the week after. It'll be on the 31st and 1st of February. He's not the first one to be popping up with that, and I think people are finally seeing the end in sight of the Fed's aggressive rate hiking stance. Like, they're not exactly flipped to dovish yet, but they're definitely not as hawkish as they have been.
Right. I mean, historically speaking, we're nowhere near highs, so they can just keep raising rates and raising rates. I'm bearish. I don't think they're done. I don't think they're going to be done for another 2 years.
Raising rates?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why? Just out of curiosity.
Because they don't want to risk the repeat of the 70s and 80s.
Do you think they're just going to be super aggressive until it's
until
they beat it into submission?
Yes. That's my 2 cents.
I would think at some point, they have to pause and at least, see what's going on. Like, yeah, they may have to come back in and start hiking again, but I think there should at least be a pause coming soon.
You would hope.
I mean, you can't just, I don't know. I guess you could keep raising indefinitely, but eventually that's going to crash the economy. But I don't know. They've been on the warpath against jobs lately, it seems like, and they're finally starting to see some results of that push.
Yeah, it wasn't in this story. I did see something about the filing for unemployment claims has gone down, and it was seen as a win for jobs.
Yes, the unemployment rate in December was 3.5%, which is matching the 50-year low that we'd reached before the pandemic. He did say, though, that he is still cautious, which gives some more strength to your case there. Core CPI inflation had actually ticked up in December. And he also said that core inflation has basically moved sideways all year. They also talked about wage data, saying that the recently hourly earnings data are a positive development for him, not for, probably people who, collect hourly wages.
Right.
He said he still needs to see more evidence of wage moderation to sustainable levels. And the Fed Reserve Bank of Atlanta's wage growth tracker has been running higher lately and has moderated less.
Okay.
So the message is still fairly similar, but there seems to be more optimism in the people's statements. And Waller should be the last one because I believe they go into their blackout period starting next week.
How long is that blackout period going to be?
It'll be from basically that Monday until the FOMC meeting is complete on Wednesday, the 1st.
Okay, so not that long.
It's not very long, yeah. It's the week before their meeting. They always black them out. Get to trade with it nice and quiet for once. It seems like they're on the mics every other day.
I feel like I would be looking forward and wanting to be like requesting, can we get longer blackout periods?
Right. I don't think they need to talk nearly as much as they do.
Guys, I can't talk to you. It's a blackout period. Sorry.
I know, right? Oh yeah. If you were in charge or a Fed member, like,
yeah.
Sorry guys, it's my blackout period.
Tell us. Are we going to go in recession or not? Can't say.
Yeah, we're in the blackout. They'll be like, It's the 2nd. You just finished your meeting. I gotta prep.
Don't want to give it next away. One's coming right up. 3 months.
All right. Well, what do you got? You got something on inflation, it looks like here.
Yes. Former Treasury Secretary named Larry Summers has been all over the place lately. He's now criticizing recent calls to raise the inflation target. I guess there have been some economists that are like, here's the fix, raise the inflation target and it's easier to hit.
Oh, well, I guess that's a little more transparent than just changing the calculation for inflation.
Right. Exactly. Larry Summers is saying that if the Fed does let up on inflation, then we're going to see a 70s style stagflation economic crisis go down.
So he's against the lifting of it.
Yeah. He feels like we need to keep the target at 2%. To quote him, to suppose that some kind of relenting on an inflation target will be a salvation would be a costly error. It would ultimately have adverse effect, as it did in a spectacular way during the 1970s, referring to the stagflation crisis. That prompted the Fed to get way more aggressive on monetary tightening. That really helped us with our recession in the 80s. I should say helped cause a severe recession in the 80s.
I don't remember that, but I do. I have looked at charts from that time period and looked at interest rates from that period. Like, it was nice when a bank would give you 5% on your money.
Yeah.
But I guess at the cost of 18% inflation, maybe that's not so great.
I guess. I don't know. My grandfather in the 80s had CDs, certificate of deposits, that were giving him between 6 and 7%.
Yeah, that's what they used to do, right?
Yeah. Now it's 0.6 and 0.7%.
I when I hear people still investing in those, I'm like, well, what's the point?
Is it what, a certificate of disappointment? Isn't that what they stand for?
Yes. Yeah, touche. Nice. I did see somebody the other day. I think we talked about it on the Wednesday news update. Somebody calling inflation transitory again. I don't know if I got a chance to talk about that story or not, but I really wanted to bring it up just because 2 years later, somebody's back saying inflation will prove to be transitory.
Yeah. There was actually a link in my Larry Summers story about that. Who said it? Who said it? Central bankers mistakenly called inflation transitory. Right. Yeah. It's it's like Alanis Morissette writing a song called "Ironic" with no instances of irony. She can always get away with being like, "Well, that's the irony."
That's what I said.
Right. Like, they're transitory. Well, on a big enough time frame, it's all transitory. Ha.
Exactly.
Never wrong.
Exactly. All right, we got anything else before we move on to some stock-specific stuff?
Yes, I wanted to discuss for the first time in my living memory, me thinking, maybe does Jim Cramer have a point? Is he making a good point?
Let's say it's not so. Oh God,
Yeah.
check and make sure the moon's not.
Let me quote. He said, "Inflation is transitory." No, wait. Oh shit. No, that
No.
was something else. He's saying that the carnage that we're seeing with like Amazon and Tesla and Salesforce getting sold off is causing people to miss the mark on what would otherwise be a bullish market. Companies like Visa, MasterCard, bank companies, JP Morgan, even Boeing, they bottomed out late last year. Like we're not seeing them.
Nobody's talking about them because
they're not the big, like, tech is like 30% of the market. So everybody is like, oh, look at tech, look at tech, look at tech. And tech is what's dragging the market down. If you take tech out, we're actually in a bull market.
Interesting.
So he's saying don't get caught up in obsessing over the tech declines.
Sell all your tech stocks and buy Boeing.
Right. The point being, like, there are other places to invest other than tech.
Yes,
you can be doing all right if you're staying out of tech at the moment. And how long did we watch what would be traditionally seen as overvaluations and companies like Tesla, like how much money they make versus how much their stock's worth? It's like, whoa. So
and how long it continued too. I think the lessons we hopefully learned from this last bull run and sell-off should hopefully be something that we can keep in mind going forward. Because those times do not continue. And if you don't take profits at some point along the way up, you're going to be in a really shitty spot.
Yeah, I agree.
But I don't like the idea, though, of having a Cramer story where we agree with him.
Hey, broken clock is still right twice a day, right?
Okay. All right. I can live with that.
He's gotta be right occasionally just to fuck things up, right? The people that are just always betting against him.
Yeah,
he's got to come up.
I'm gonna have to build another chart though of the Visa, MasterCard, JP Morgan, and Boeing. I'm gonna throw them all into a tracker, and I'm gonna keep track of them for the next 3 days. See what it does.
Okay, fair enough. All right, we got time to talk about some stocks.
Yeah, you want to do since we can actually intro our the live reads. I can just say something about. But first, advert.
Okay. But wait, there's advertising to be done.
Yes. Happy New Year from our friends over at Manscaped. The ball has officially dropped, and so have mine now that the bird's nest has been cleared out. Whether you had a New Year's kiss or not, the leaders in below-the-waist grooming have you covered for your much-needed resolution of bringing sexy back. Join the 7 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with our exclusive offer. Go to manscaped.com and use code 2BULLS for 20% off plus free shipping. Now, as always, that's the number 2. Here's a toast to the new year and to a new you with no unruly pubes. Now that I've done the hard work of clearing out the overgrowth, this year is all about maintaining. Nobody wants to play golf on an overgrown putting surface. Maintaining a manicured playing surface is easier than ever with the global leaders in below-the-waist grooming. This year, take your package to the next level with their Performance Package 4.0 and other premium wet goods. And that's not what you're thinking. Inside the Performance Package 4.0, you'll find the signature lawnmower. The advanced skin-safe technology reduces nicks and cuts on your delicate parts. It also comes equipped with a 4000K LED spotlight that'll shine a light to the Promised Land 23 looks to be. And your grooming routine isn't complete without applying Crop Preserver and Crop Reviver before showing off your 23 self. Just make sure that you have consent. These unique formulas take care of the smelliest parts of your body and are a big boost of confidence to the new year. To complete the set, Manscaped also threw in their Shed Travel Bag and anti-chafing boxer briefs as free gifts to keep all your goodies stored comfortably. And believe me, those boxers are comfortable. If you really want to make 23 the year to remember, make sure you try out Manscaped's wet goods as well. This includes their ultra premium body wash, 2-in-1 shampoo, and body deodorant. These products are the absolute perfect follow-up after your New Year's gym sessions. Cheers to new balls in 2023. Hear, hear. So remember, guys, get 20% off and free shipping with promo code 2bulls at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code 2bulls. Time to feel sexy and free in 23 with Manscaped. Ha ha! That was great.
That was great. Now let's
play the song.
Stock time! Now it's talk about stocks time. Looking for setups, it's still not advice. Big moves, fresh news, and earnings. All that we're saying, it's still not advice. Stock time!
Please don't sue us. All right, let's start with Google because we've hinted about it a few different times already. They came out with the announcement that they're laying off 10% of its global workforce. Holy shit.
Ow.
So that's about 1,750 employees. I thought there was a bigger number than that. Oh, okay. So Meta is the one who cut 11,000 in November.
The headline I read: Google to lay off 12,000 people.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Where am I? Did I grab the
Amazon and Microsoft
story?
laid off a combined 28,000 already.
Yeah. Oh, there. Okay, yeah. 12,000 workers on Friday. They announced Sundar Pichai.
I think Pichai is right.
Pichai. Let's go with Pichai. Sundar Pichai telling employees the company spent too much after dramatic growth during the pandemic and hired for a different economic reality than the one faced today. Yeah. Well, I mean, we talked about a little bit about this earlier in the week too. Just the idea that like these companies should have seen that those times weren't going to continue forever, and the point was made that they knew that those times weren't going to last forever, and they just didn't care. Hiring 12,000 people to fill a demand now and then just get rid of them when you don't need them was kind of the mentality.
Yeah, and it's
that's more likely.
Definitely what's happening. We don't need them. Get rid of them. Yeah.
But this was actually fucking huge news for the shares of Google because they jumped about 5% today.
Yeah, it's insane that people are like, oh, Google's slimming down its workforce. All right, now I'll buy me some of them Google shares.
I guess they were selling it because they thought there were too many workers.
Yeah, Google employs too many people. I don't want them anymore.
I was surprised to see Amazon was laying off more. Like, haven't they already burned through everybody they could hire? Didn't we already talk about that?
Yeah. It's a very, very weird position of their internal memo saying that at their current burn through of workers, that they're going to run out of people that exist to employ.
It probably accelerated that with this.
Definitely.
So I guess the thought with from the analysts are that the layoff announcements are going to stop wage pressures from rising. Like, yay, great.
Oh, yeah.
Like, why don't we let capitalism determine that? What do I know?
Oh, well, I mean, you're talking about companies that have time and time again gotten caught illegally price fixing and their employees, where they're like, hey, we won't hire your employees for more money so we can keep the wages down. That's why we don't let capitalism fix it. Right. I couldn't find the story, but there was just a plant in Montana that got caught with children workers again.
In Montana?
Yeah.
Not Montano?
There's another story about getting caught with children workers again. Because remember, that's what we'll get.
Yeah.
Without regulated capitalism, we get kids working the line. So, hooray.
Look, man, I know if I wanted to, my parents couldn't afford those toys for me that I really wanted. Like, if I had the chance to go out there and earn it off my own sweat, I probably would have been fired. Where are they finding kids with good work ethic? That's what I don't understand.
Right? Oh, well, it's a damn good question, because I know I couldn't even fucking clean up a toy to save my life.
No, I was not a good worker at like 13.
Help me dig these holes so I can plant my rose bushes, Dan.
I'll do one and then I'll go play video games.
Right. right?
Oh boy, this is taking a darker turn than usual.
Yeah.
All right, what do you got
Speaking
for
of
us, Dan?
dark turns, Bed Bath & Beyond
Oh
is
no.
they're getting hit with a NASDAQ delisting warning. I actually currently have some puts on them.
That's probably a good bet.
Full disclosure to the listener, I do have a position on Bed Bath & Beyond, and it is a position that they are going to go down. They've been lawyering up for possible bankruptcy. By lawyering up,
Yeah.
I mean I should say they've been staffing up with people who are good at bankruptcy negotiations.
Yep.
They failed to finalize their quarterly report and file it, and that's what has them in trouble at NASDAQ. They are not.
Oh, I thought it was their price dropping too much.
No, they are not in compliance with the listing rule.
That's makes you wonder what they're not wanting to share.
Yeah, that's a good question. So I bought some puts on them this week before it opened on Friday. That it fell 7% before market open on Friday. They were down in like $1.60, $1.50, $1.60 range on news that they might be going bankrupt. And then, we had some sort of weird retail like, oh, they're going to squeeze. And it shot them up like 5 something. Anyway, I had an experience in December holiday shopping where I went into a Bed Bath & Beyond. And while they did have the product that I wanted to buy, they were the only people in town that were selling a bread machine. And I wanted to buy a bread machine as a gift, right? So it was
I guess that is beyond the bed.
Right? That's beyond the bed, beyond the bread. But get this, they had every cash register roped off, closed, and they had one person at customer service and a line of like 5 people. And I mistakenly thought that they were just customer service. I don't know. I apparently was standing in the wrong line. I was like, all right, I gotta go. I'll come back and get this bread machine another day. Holiday shopping's crazy, and it's crazy that they've only got one cashier for the holiday season.
Yeah, not a good sign.
I set the bread maker down on like one of those coolers where they've got like Coca-Cola, where you got soda and water and whatnot. I came in 4 days later, still sitting there.
Yeah, that store is getting closed.
Picked it up, went and paid for it, and I've gotten about 7 emails since then. Like, hey, come on back in and shop. I'm like, oh,
should have waited another week. You could have got the out of business sale. Right. It's just they had no employees and really low foot traffic. So when it was beginning of December when I started reading about all this, I was like, you know what? I'm going to pick up some puts. They've already closed 130 stores. With looming Chapter 11, I don't see this as a big turnaround story. They're the only reason I, as a shopper, was there and not online was because I wanted it today. Yeah,
I didn't want it to come in the mail and show up when I wasn't home, so other people get it, and then we're like, what's in this giant box? I want to keep it secret, a surprise gift. And I just don't see their business model going forward being all that.
No, and Brian Cohen already jumped ship too, didn't he?
I believe so.
Like, I think that was one of the last things we talked about before.
He's like, I can't turn this around.
Vacation. Yeah. Well, it was either that or they weren't listening to him. I think it was that more. Like, he suggested all these things like spinning off Bye Bye Baby and some other ideas, and like they just did none of it.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to turn things around when you don't, you don't want to make any changes. Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to make some changes, but let's just keep everything going straight ahead, business as usual. Maybe the road will turn.
I'd like to submit that we change from wide-ruled paper to college-ruled paper. Yes. Well done. I want clicky top pens.
No more clicky top pens.
Instead of these caps.
All right, let's see. The next one I got is a little thing about Musk. I don't know if you've been paying attention to this. I was actually completely unaware that he was in a trial right now, in a jury trial, testifying over his 2018 Twitter post. And I'll have to be more specific because he's posted a lot of things that seem to be questionable.
I thought he bought Twitter so that he can undo that post like it never happened, right?
No, I thought he did that to get rid of the kid who was tracking his airplane.
Oh, he did do that. Yeah. Free speech. Free speech.
Yeah,
except for that
except
asshole
for
over
you.
there.
But yeah, so I guess he had tweeted something about having funding secured to take his car maker private.
take
So it must have been
Tesla.
Tesla. Take
Yeah.
Tesla private. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a class action trial that's going on in San Francisco right now. Investor Timothy Fries is telling the jury about how he lost $5,000 buying Tesla stock after the tweet was sent out.
Wait, you mean people believed him and they
yeah.
made monetary moves based on what he said? No.
When the CEO says something like funding secured, like, yeah, you typically believe that.
You typically think it's a big deal. Yeah.
Normally, a CEO has lawyers.
Did he not take Tesla private? Wait, what happened?
No, the deal never came together. So the question is whether these knowingly made materially misleading statements with that tweet. That goes on to say in the story that this is a rare securities class action trial, and the plaintiffs have already cleared the high legal hurdles, with the judge Edward Chen ruling last year that Musk's post was untruthful and reckless. So it's not sounding good for Musk. They're expecting him to take to the stand, and I guess, and try to defend himself, but
he's already lost more money than anybody on the planet has ever lost before. Can't we just stop picking on him?
This poor
poor man.
He has to get the used G5, not the. Oh God.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll have to pay attention to this and see what happens here. But I don't usually like to bet against Musk, but in the case of this trial, I think I will probably bet against him.
Yeah. It's not going to end up well for him. He's going to have to pay some money. That's all.
Exactly.
It's not like they're going to make him step down, or he's not going to lose any company or anything.
No, but he might do another poll.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Should I shoot spitwads at the judge?
You imagine living your life based on Twitter polls?
Oh, God. It's not even like, it'd be one thing to live your life with a true democracy, like everybody weighs in their opinion, but this is just the people on Twitter that see the poll. Like,
yeah.
Okay, all right, yeah. Let's let that group, let the loudest members of that group make the decision for us.
Might be a good consequence to keep in mind for some point in time.
Right.
We have to do this month, make one major decision using a Twitter poll.
Okay, you keep it to one. I was going to be even more innocuous, like let Twitter decide what my lunch menu is for this week,
or my outfit.
Yeah, right.
Vote on a pair of pants. Vote on a shirt.
Wearing a lot more ballerina clothes than I anticipated, but here we are.
Didn't know I had any. Goddamn write-ins.
Goddamn.
Never leave other as an option. All right, what else we got? We got anything else for
Looks like
stock news?
Netflix co-CEO Reed Hastings has stepped down from his co-CEO job. He will be staying on as executive chairman.
Was he hired as co-CEO, or was he the CEO before, and like he's basically completing the transition? Did they bring him in to to learn and take over?
He's one of the founders.
Okay.
Reed Hastings is one of Netflix's founders. So I feel like he would, like they gave him a co-CEO when they were like, you don't really know how to run a company.
Is either that or he was just planning on stepping down at some point, and this was like a transition?
Well, the weird thing is they're just going to get a new co-CEO. They've got current co-CEO Ted Sarandos will continue to lead the streaming giant, but he'll be joined by new co-CEO Greg Peters, who's been the COO for 3 years, Chief Product Officer for 6.
How? Okay, all right. Well, I guess maybe if you make the transition last too long, then it becomes important to have it.
Yeah, co-captain.
So they're cutting jobs, but not CEO jobs.
Yeah.
Still need 2.
Exactly. Oh yeah, God. We got 2 CEOs, but it'll work out. This is
their
coming
earnings.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I
was to say this is coming off the year last year where they had their first loss of subscribers. Started cracking down on password sharing and have launched advertising. So big changes all happened last year before he stepped down. But you know what? They're still the dominant service. They're still number one
What?
in the field.
Their earnings just came out yesterday afternoon, and the earnings numbers themselves weren't all that impressive, but the subscriber growth was. They ended up adding 7.66 million compared to the expectation of 4.5 million new members. So, how much of that is basically people who had been, using other people's passwords, getting their own? I'm not sure.
Yeah, or people that cut it off and then were like, "All right, I'll pay the $6 or $7 and get the advertising thing."
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because there's still decent stuff on there. I mean, that Wednesday show is not that bad.
yeah, I haven't watched it yet, and this is one of the things I wanted to bring up when we talked about the story. Is I feel like Netflix has put themselves in a really precarious position.
Mm-hmm.
When I start watching a show I love, this is why I cut out my Netflix subscription personally.
Mm-hmm.
I get a season or two into a Netflix show, and then they cut it because it's not meeting their algorithm.
Yep.
And now I'm at a point where I'm living in a household that has Netflix again, but I'm scared to start a new show, even if it looks great, because I don't know if they're gonna renew it. So I feel like Netflix has got themselves in a real bad spot where I don't want to start a new show that is a Netflix show, because the last 6 shows I've loved of theirs, only The Witcher's kept going, and even that one, now The Star's gonna bow out. So, God.
Right. No, it's tough, and I think a lot of it has to do with the binge model that they have. Like when you space out shows over a longer period of time, I think it's easier to keep a show going and keep the buzz with it. But when you can sit down and binge 3 seasons, then I don't know, it feels like people are usually done with it after that.
Right. And I feel like Netflix only wants to renew a show if everybody sits down and binges it in the first month.
Yes.
And
I'm sure they have algorithms.
And they're like, okay, well, this is the one we'll renew. And it's like,
I'm sure they have something that says, like, the difference between, because I've heard comedians talk about this with their specials come out, like they need to have so many within the first so many days of it. Like you can, even with like the TiVoing back in the days when you could digitally record, they say if you record my thing, make sure you watch it in the first week, otherwise we don't get the numbers.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So yeah, there's definitely something with the timeliness of when it's watched.
Crazy. Anyway, so Netflix changing leadership. Apparently still got 2 CEOs.
It's important. Gotta have all those bases covered.
Yeah.
Stock's been looking pretty good though. Just cleared a pretty impressive resistance level at 332 half.
Yeah, their stock could be, looks like it's fucking ready to rip.
I mean, I'm a little disappointed in myself because I was actually watching it. I wanted to watch it on the open and see if I get a retest of that line. It came right to my level. It just touched it off the open and then just took off from there. God damn it. That's what I get for splitting my focus.
Yeah, you can only watch so many screens at once, right?
Yeah, I think I just need to get better at using alerts.
Yeah.
Like I'm not good enough at doing that. Anyway, we should move on and talk about some crypto, huh?
I got some crypto in my wallet, hanging out on my Ethereum blockchain. Yeah, I got some crypto in my wallet, some Doji, Sushi, Polka Dot, NFT, decentralized, anonymized, fabulous cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
All right, I heard rumors something happened in the crypto space in the last little bit.
We've been talking about the SBS thing that's been going on for too much, actually. I haven't seen any new updates pop up. I was hoping to bring it up and talk about it, but I didn't see anything new develop yet. The big thing we're waiting on is to see the guy who wrote The Big Short has been like following him around for the last 6 months, like before this whole thing happened. So like,
before it came out.
Yes. So this,
wonderful.
I am really excited to see when this book comes out, like what angle it's going to be,
Yeah. What new information led to the space?
Yes.
Well, in other news, the U.S. is set to announce international cryptocurrency action.
What does that mean?
The U.S. Justice Department will announce a major international cryptocurrency enforcement action on Wednesday, it said in a statement, adding the U.S. Treasury Department will also make an announcement. So, what does that mean? It means shit's about to get defined. They are about to define cryptocurrency. That's what that says to me.
There's not even like a hint of what they're going to talk about here. This is nuts.
Other officials will include the Associate Deputy Director of the FBI and the U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of New York. Representatives for Treasury declined to comment further.
This could be very interesting.
It's pretty ominous, right?
Yes.
Like, the Justice Department, the Treasury Department, the FBI. No big deal. Deputy U.S. Attorney General. No big deal. But yeah, we got to stay fucking tuned.
So cryptic. No pun intended.
No pun intended.
Be talking about that next week for sure. Unless it's something stupid like Federal Reserve members will no longer be allowed to trade cryptocurrency.
Oh no! The announcement is like the Treasury Department's got new collectible NFT trading cards.
Yes. If you submit your taxes before March 1st, you're eligible for the IRS NFT.
Oh, I would love if it was like IRS agents had their own baseball card.
Or maybe they're gonna let us pay our taxes in Bitcoin now.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
That would be bizarre.
Yeah, any way to recover that offshore money.
All right. You have any stories that actually have details to them yet?
Yes. There's a talk of a Bitcoin SV digital asset recovery process. They're talking about a blacklist, which would be kind of like a stop button to freeze and confiscate other users' coins.
Oh, that does not sound dangerous.
Yeah. Supposedly, Satoshi Nakamoto suggested a similar kill switch feature that just never got done.
Did he really? I mean, nobody knows who he is.
Apparently, in 2010 Bitcoin Talk post, Satoshi described a system that would allow a buyer to lock up a Bitcoin in an escrow account.
How do they know that's actually Satoshi? Sorry, I'm kind of stuck on the wrong part of the story here.
Yeah.
Let's look at this other part, the other aspect. Let's assume that they did their due diligence and verify this is actually him.
Yeah. So Bitcoin SV, which I believe is a company or a type of Bitcoin coin token. They unveiled their blacklist manager back in October. It's a tool that's going to allow people to freeze and confiscate these coins as long as they provide legal documents proving rightful ownership.
It's a good thing you can't forge those.
No. Nothing digital could ever be perfectly copied. That's
right.
Insane. Yeah, what many people are looking at this as like, is this the decentralized token that we wanted? Like,
right.
If you can just like hit a stop button and be like, no, give that back.
I mean, there's got to be some kind of middle ground though between like the complete lack of any rules or regulations.
Well, I mean, we've talked about that before, where it's like, oh, this place got hacked, but it doesn't the blockchain like keep a record of itself? Like, isn't that the whole point? Like, oh, they got hacked and stole the coins, but why can't we recover them? And this just seems like
we know where they went. They went to this wallet, and we have the address.
Yeah. This just seems like they're trying to implement something that would actually do that. Back at the 2010 thing, the person claiming to be Satoshi wrote, "Imagine someone stole something from you. You can't get it back, but if it had a kill switch that could be remotely triggered, would you do it? Would it be a good thing for thieves to know that everything you own has a kill switch, and if they steal it, it'd be useless to them?"
Okay, if it could be implemented in the way that, because all Bitcoins are identifiable, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you could tag your own Bitcoins yourself, maybe I could see that. That'd be like tagging your car. Like if I want to put a kill switch on my car and somebody tries to steal it or a tracker, then I can still go and find it.
Yeah. What if you could through a satellite? What if you could kill your car?
Right. That'd be. But then what happens when you sell your car?
Right.
Yeah.
What happens when you sell? Can you still still do it. The guy who designed this did it after, and he said in 2020, hackers used a Wi-Fi pineapple, which is a special device hackers use to get between you and your Wi-Fi network. They stole the keys for 2 of his Bitcoin wallets. One of the wallets is well known and holds nearly 80,000 Bitcoin. The other wallet has 31,000.
Just another reason to hate pineapple. Doesn't belong on our pizzas. It doesn't belong on our Wi-Fi.
Yeah, damn it. Only thing it should be done is ground up into a juice for my fruit punch.
Interesting. So this is already in place then, it sounds like.
For Bitcoin SV.
Yes.
Which I believe is his own fork. This guy, he's in 2021, he filed a claim against 16 different developers of Bitcoin and the various forks, insisting that they owe Tulip Trading, one of the companies he owns, fiduciary and fortuitous duties to rewrite or amend protocol in order to give access to those 111,000 Bitcoin controlled by the 2 wallets.
Oh wow!
So like he's tried everything he could to get those gazillion dollars back. It's less now than it was a year ago, but still.
I don't understand how this works then. Like, it's BSV that's putting the system in place, but can it work on other networks, or does the thief have to stay on your network?
It's a good question. I have no idea.
Yeah.
If anyone out there does know, let us know.
Let's see. Where's his name? I'll find this guy. Hey, I have questions. Who are you? I don't know.
Get him on the show.
You know, yeah.
Craig Wright. Get him on the show.
I would Craig write him a letter and ask for clarification.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Clever, huh? All right. Should we move on and do what's the next part? I don't even remember anymore. Oh yeah, that's what we do. Now I remember.
I did make a trade. I talked about it earlier. I purchased some puts against Bed Bath & Beyond. I think it's a no-brainer. I got a little bit of time on it. I'm going to be selling them. It's just a swing. I'm going to be selling them this week. But yeah, I think it was good. It's already in the green.
Yep.
I didn't do it emotionally. I had some personal experiences that guided like this company.
Yeah,
definitely going under.
Well, that's the best way to invest, right? Like, look around and see what you see. Like, if you see like your favorite stores, like nobody's there shopping, maybe it's time to not, hold on to that stock anymore. Or if you see it packed and they don't have enough people to even man the registers, it's another, aspect of it.
No, exactly.
I had kind of a mixed week myself. I had a bit of a lapse in discipline on Wednesday that I think was really just when I took a hard look at what I've been trying to do over these past 3 months. I came to the conclusion that too much of what I've been trying to do is discretionary. It's too discretionary. There's not enough. It's not enough definition around what puts me into an entry or takes me out of one. There's too much of me that's allowed to make that decision. So my good was taking the time after that, identifying that problem, taking the time to address that, finding a setup that I like, that I can spot, that I can identify, doing, over 100 trades worth of back testing to prove that the concept is right and that I'm identifying it properly. And then now the last 2 days, I've been focusing on trying to forward test that. Basically, can I still spot it in real time and execute it? And results have been decent. I think I had one partial winner yesterday, and then I had a partial win today, and then a loss today. So overall, still, I think 1 R return on the week. Before you take on the bad and the ugly, which was the not quite a complete meltdown, but could have easily turned into something like that.
Oh yeah.
I did hit a daily loss limit and then realized what I was doing and then stopped and shut down and went back to the drawing board at that point. So I feel happy with my discipline that I was able to identify it before I blew the account.
Yes.
But you always wish you could find it. There's warning signs the week before, I think, as there usually are. So you could always do better at identifying it sooner, but
as long as you are identifying it, though, you're getting somewhere.
Yeah, and each time it happens and I identify it, I'm identifying it sooner each time too, which is another positive sign.
Yeah.
So normally when I set like goals that were like the easiest way to set an achievable goal for me is to just do better than yesterday. And that's normally how I try to, set my short-term goals. My goal for next week is to do better than last week. So it's
Yeah.
a moving target, but you're always constantly trying to improve.
And giving yourself that opportunity, creating that opportunity for yourself by focusing on the smaller term
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
gives you the opportunity to grow that long term.
Yes. And the targets never become out of reach then because you will slip up eventually and then the targets get reset and then now you're just trying to do better than that one. But yeah, so it's basically my week in a nutshell.
Yeah, I haven't finished setting it up. I mean, I still have my CR charts on my computer, but I'm gonna start paper trading futures again and open that account back up.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be doing it with someone else as my risk manager that I have to report to. So
I've heard of other people doing that and I like the idea. I just I don't want to put my wife in that position
yeah,
because she would be too worried about coming across as like nagging. She's worried it would affect our dynamic too much. But I mean, there's plenty of other people that I could probably turn to if I wanted to do that. That's why we've opened up our journaling tabs to the public and
Yeah.
given everybody a chance to have their own. So now everybody can weigh in on what I do.
For me, it's the in the evening
Mm-hmm.
sitting down and being like, okay, so here's the levels and here's the setups I'm looking for. I'm gonna trade a pull. I'm looking like this level. It's gonna either break out or be a pullback. So I'm looking for confirmation one way or the other, and then I'll make that trade.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next day being like, okay, so here's how the day went. Here's my trades, and like just having a second person in the room next to the computer looking at it that I'm reporting to, like there's no consequences. It's not
Right.
not like Dan, that trade wasn't on plan, so you get the paddle. That's a paddling.
There's something to be said about trying to explain it, like just trying not to, like, how do you explain, like doing this show and then knowing like, oh shit, I gotta have to tell everybody about this stupid trade I'm doing right now, and I know I'm doing it right now. And do I really want to talk about this on Friday? Like, yeah, that's a pretty powerful motivator sometimes.
Yeah. No.
All right, should we pick a stock? Should we bring back the bet?
Yeah, let's do it. What do you got for me? I know what I got for you.
Oh, should we do the
Everybody
song?
should know. Oh, is there a bet song?
Yeah, it's your song.
I need it, wanna beat it, gonna win it if I take it from you. I'm filling my positions, quit your bitching, random's gonna lose. Got a chart full of levels and a stop that's not too tight. It's bet picking time in the shop, so pick 'em right.
Well, I know what you're going to suggest.
Yes.
I'm guessing it's going to be Bed Bath & Beyond.
Short Bed Bath & Beyond.
Yeah. I was wanting the long Netflix, so let me pull up Bed Bath & Beyond and take a look at that. Okay. Where's your target?
$2.
Where's your stop?
I put my stop at 375 on stop loss. Yeah.
Basically the high of today.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay. You got me.
You like that one?
I like the weekly candles. If you take a look at those,
Yeah.
the stop might be a little tight for my likings, but I mean, those weeklies those are nice wicks on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So what'd you say here? Just mark it in, or do you want to put an entry?
I'll leave that to you.
Let's do half at open. If we get a retrace of some of that candle, how about another entry at, let's say, 350?
350 sounds good to me. Honestly, I expect this thing to get to $2 next week. I really do.
Yeah. The only downside is the 50-day moving average. It's above right now, so that might offer a little bit of resistance at $3.14, but I'm not that concerned.
We'll see what happens when it gets there.
If we're going half at 350, do we want to put that stop up just a little bit higher?
I mean, the 350 to 375 is what, 6-7%?
Let's put it at $4.
Okay.
Go to the day before's top.
Go full 15% loss.
Okay, never mind. I forget when you have these smaller ones, it makes a much bigger difference. Okay, all right. Yeah, I won't tweak it. Leave it as it is.
Okay. We'll call it 385. We'll call it a 10.
385.
10%.
Okay. Yeah, that works. Works for me. All right. Random. You fucker. Haven't seen you in forever. GNRC. Generac Holdings. We got a New York Stock Exchange consumer durable stock.
Oh, yeah. Generac.
You say that like you're familiar with it.
Yeah, that's the joke. I'm not familiar whatsoever.
All right. I thought it said
Geriatric stock, yes.
Well, this looks like it might have kind of looks like a rounding bottom. It's
to say it bottomed out and it's on its way back up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Could very well be the situation here.
God damn it.
Wow. Okay. And the rounding bottom was the COVID low.
Oh God, that's even worse.
When you zoom out on the max.
Oh man. Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at least it's a short month. The pain will be limited.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm excited to let Twitter pick my outfit or something.
There you go.
For February.
There you go. Look on the bright side.
All right. Bed Bath & Beyond. Random's got GNRC.
Okay. So we'll be back at you with those bet results someday. Yeah, that brings us to the end of the episode. Thanks for coming by the shop, everyone. Like, rate, share, subscribe. Thank you for joining us. We're glad you made it to the end. I hope you're walking away a little bit less confused than when you came in. But
I'm not.
Never been more confused in my life. We'll be back at you soon. Until then, happy trades.
Bye.
With one of the best savings rates in America, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing Slash to be in your band.
Next up for lead guitar. You're in.
Cool. Yep, even easier than that. And with no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
When Shopify says you can sell anywhere, oh, they mean it. Woo, hold up. Just got a new sale, order fulfilled and shipped. Inventory levels good. Whoa, Shopify doesn't mind if you're at sea level. Or on top of the world! You can run and grow your business anywhere. Climbing mountains is never easy, but at least Shopify gives me all the tools I need for my business to hit new peaks!
Whether you're selling carabiners or crop tops, start selling with Shopify today and join the platform simplifying commerce for millions of businesses worldwide. We've built the platform so you can keep climbing and grow your business to new heights.
With Shopify, you really can sell to anyone, from anywhere.
This is Possibility, powered by Shopify. Start selling online today. Sign up for a free trial at shopify.com/free22. 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 Internet connection required. Not available on mountaintops or seafloors.
Two Bulls in a China Shop is an entertainment program, and all thoughts and opinions expressed in the show belong to the hosts and not of any company. They are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual or on any specific security or investment product. It is only intended to provide entertainment about stocks and the financial industry of trading. If you make trades based on what you hear in this show, you assume all risks for those trades.